Okay, we'll start. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to today's webinar on alternate investment opportunities. I'm Vignesh Pillai, part of PropFund team and your host for this session. I'm delighted to have each and every one of you here today. Before we dive into the topics, let's take a moment to make sure everyone can hear me. If anyone can't hear or see me clearly, please type no in the chat box to let me know. Great. It looks like we are all set. Now let's get started. We will be covering a lot of topics today, and we have our co-founders of the company who will be sharing their valuable insights on various topics, starting with our company, about fractional investment, how we keep our investors' money safe and grow it. We would be talking about the current investment opportunity, investment model, and so on. In today's panel, we have Mr. Sukant Mangal, co-founder of PropFund and seasoned professional with over 15 years of real estate experience. Mr. Dinesh Vasudevan, co-founder of PropFund and a professional with over 8 years of experience in real estate industry. Mr. Yogeshwar Nagda, co-founder of PropFund and an expert in the real estate finance with over 15 years of experience. But before we begin, I would like to play a short video about PropFund, and then our panelists will take over the webinar with their respective topics for discussion. Thank you all for watching the video. Now I may request Mr. Sukant Mangal to take over from here and provide his valuable insights pertaining to alternate investments.
are done prior to proposing any opportunity to our clients. This strict regime allows us to provide a timely and profitable exit to our clients. We are a tech backed investment platform, a technology designed to ensure it is easy to invest, easy to track the investment, and complete transparency is maintained. I'm sure most of us have either invested in real estate or at least seen our parents, family members make real estate investments in the past. We all have grown learning that real estate is by far the best investment and it never fails. We at PropFund believe the same. However, we also believe that investment in real estate will never fail if we buy at the right price and at the right time. Hence, in-depth study of micro market prior to investing in the same is mandatory. Our experts do the same for our clients so that our clients don't have to hassle anywhere. Furthermore, one of the major constraints with respect to real estate investment is that it is an expensive investment, and most of us don't get the opportunity of putting money in various micro markets owing to falling short of funds. Hence, we are compelled to put our eggs in one or maximum two baskets. Fraction investment ensures this problem is taken care of. And with help of this asset-backed financial product, we are able to help our clients make investments in multiple micro markets and increase the profitability of higher returns. It diversifies a client's portfolio and also provides a reliable source of passive income for our clients. Needless to mention, then it is managed by professionals, hence each client enjoys equal service despite size of the investment. I once again thank you all for taking out time and listening to me. Now that we understand what PropFund is and stands for, also what's fractional investment, I would want my colleague Dinesh Vasudevan to take the dais and share detailed details regarding the asset which we are proposing to our clients today. Thank you very much, everyone. And also to remind that we'll be taking over all the questions towards the end of this presentation. So please be ready with all your questions. You can type it in the question box as well. Thank you very much. Dinesh, over to you.
Afternoon, everybody. Thank you so much for your time today. I would like to take over and give you an understanding about the asset that we'll be using to secure the investments towards the first product of PropFund. So, Paramount Industrial Hub, which is currently located in Wada, which is in Kudus, Maharashtra. It is in the district of Palghar, and just to give you an understanding about the location, Wada as a location has a lot of industrial hubs. It is home to Coca-Cola and Blue Star Industries as well. There is with the government subsidies which are currently going on with up to 60% rebate in form of input credit from SGST. That is something Wada as a location is looked upon as one of the most upcoming industrial hubs in Maharashtra. One of the other aspects that you would like to understand is also that it is a key location in the DMIC, which is the Delhi Mumbai Industrial Corridor, which has been developed over 1,300 kilometers. Now, the project as such, which is Paramount Industrial Hub, is the first of its kind, which is planned industrial location in the location of Wada, where the overall area of the plot is 228 acres, which will be developed. The first phase that we are developing is that of 95 acres. This has been developed by Sonal Realty, which is Sonal Realty. I would like to give you a little bit more about Sonal Realty. They have developed over 9 lakh square feet in industrial plotting or already with industrial development done in different locations of Mumbai. You will see that in the slide that we are presenting right now. So you will see that Sonal Realty has developed industries in Malad as well as Goregaon, amounting to over 922 square feet of industrial plot. Apart from that, there's a lot of residential development which has been done. It was co-founded by Mr. Popatlal P. Shah, Mahendra P. Doshi, and Damji P. Vora, and this was over 45 years ago. Currently run by Mr. Kalpesh Shah, and he is one of the key members in executing this project for us as well. So, subject to that, we are raising 5 crores as the fund value. There's a 5 acres of land which has been committed towards this fund as a security towards the fund, which is what will give us the benefit over the period of the next couple of years once we decide to exit the fund. Thank you so much for understanding about. I will take the questions later after the end of the presentation. I'll hand it over to Mr. Yogeshwar Nagda, our co-founder in PropFund, to give you further understanding about the current opportunity in hand. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you very much, Dinesh, and thank you very much, Sukan. Probably in this half an hour, snapshot of time, we would have been able to explain you what the product is, what is PropFund about. Please spare me because I'm not a good presenter. I'm not a marketing guy. I'm not a sales guy. I am a number guy, and I will try to make this presentation make this presentation look as simple as I can. We'll now discuss what the real opportunity is with the PropFund. This is the first opportunity. What we are talking right now is a minimum investment amount of 10 lakh rupee, and this is an 100% asset-backed, guaranteed kind of secured return fund, where your minimum investment of 10 lakh rupee will fetch you 12% of interest, which will be paid to you over a period of six months. I mean, paid to you in a period of 6 months. So the interest which will be given to you in the period is 6 monthly. And as per our team's analysis, when we sell the particular asset at the end of 2 years, and this fund is of 2 years, so when we sell that asset at the end of 2 years, we assume that it will fetch an IRR of 19%. Next slide, please. Vignesh, can you go to the next slide? Yeah. So this is the investment model. We are saying the step 1 is the SPV formation. SPV formation has already been done. The name probably some of you all on this particular webinar already know about Prof Ventures Private Fund Private Limited. The second step is collection of EOI. So we are in process of getting 50 EOIs right now. And then once the minimum number of closures are done, we'll go ahead and do the execution of documents. We'll issue equity, we'll issue NCDs as per the structure. The fourth step is to get the investment done, sign the documents by the developer, and purchase the asset in the SPV where all these investments are being done. Monitoring for that investment over a period of 2 years till the end tenure of the fund. Post 2 years, developers will buy back the asset or we'll sell the asset in the market, because we will become the property managers and either we'll sell the asset or the developer will buy back as per depending on the rate of the land, etc. And the proceeds of the assets will be used to repay your debentures principal along with interest. So that is how the overview is. Obviously, it has a lot of steps, it has a lot of processes, which in depth will be explained to you once one shows an preliminary interest of how do you want, if you want to go ahead for that particular investment. Next slide, please. So, as I said, the SPV has already been formed. The name of the SPV is PropTech Ventures Private Limited. The total investment amount we're talking about is 5 crores. We want 50 number of people. each individual investor having investment of around 10 lakhs. What we are trying to do is we are trying to have an hybrid instrument where we'll have a mix of NCDs and equity shares both. So an individual who wants to invest in this company also becomes an owner, or the feeling of ownership is there. So, he gets a 1% of equity share along with 99% of NCDs. And this has been suggested by tax consultants who are experts here to have a minimum tax implication on the SPV. So you get 99,000 of debentures and 1,000 to each, 1,000 number of shares. And these debentures will obviously be secured by the charge on the asset. So the debentures that are being issued are completely secured. Next slide, please. This is a table, not that complicated to be understood, but just I'll give you an overview. The 10 lakh rupees that we take from you, the investment that we do is around 9,20,000. The rest go in stamp duty, entry level load, legal charges, and other miscellaneous charges. So around 80,000 rupees of additional expenses. What you get is around 2,20,000 of interest over a period of 2 years, which is divided in obviously the month of 6-month end, 12-month end, 18th and 24th. You get your 2,20,000 of interest. There's a management fee that we as a prop tech fund levy on that particular investment. The asset that you buy today over a period of 24 months, when we sell it, we are presuming that this asset will go by at least 12.5% on a year-on-year basis. So your land assumption, I mean, the value of the asset that you take, that we've assumed here is around 11,64,000. And there'll be a stamp duty refund because as per legal law, if you are selling back something in 3 years, then probably you get some portion, not everything, but some portion of the stamp duty refund. So you get around 53,000 of stamp duty refund. And if we are able to achieve that kind of value for your particular investment, we levy the performance fees and and there is a statutory contingencies at the end of the tenure of the fund. So net of all expenses, your IRR becomes 19% is what we are trying to say. So of 10 lakh rupee of investment on day zero, you get 48,300 of net of interest every quarterly, and 12 lakh 44,311 at the end of the tenure. So end to end, you get a 19% IRR. Next slide, please. On the tax implications in the hand of investor, the interest that you get and the premium that you get, both are taxable and they are categorized under income from other sources. The SPV shall deduct, SPV means the company that we are forming. This will deduct the TDS of 10% under section 194A. And obviously at the end of the fund tenure, we shall have a minimum tax implications on the sale of land. Next slide, please. Yeah, so this was a snapshot and a very brief because everything cannot be explained on this webinar, but we've tried to keep as short as possible so that people who can understand and want to and who are interested and want to go ahead and at least explore what is in depth more, then obviously we can have one-to-one conversation. We will now keep the floor open for a short Q&A session so that people who all have all questions, etc., can be answered. We have all our consultants on board. I would like to introduce you to Atisham Khatri, who is our legal consultant, and Mr. Neerav Mehta and his team, who are our financial and tax consultants. And would also want to introduce our debenture trusteeship, who are also there. So any questions that you have will be taken one by one. All you have to do is raise your hand, put down the question, and we will allow single step by step questions, and then we can take questions just one by one. Thank you very much. So the first question I think is of uh, I think by Shashwat. It's a very relevant question. The 12.5% increase in the property value base is based on some actual findings. So, Shashwat, to answer your question, see, as of now, the assumption that we've taken is the land that we're buying is at 250 rupees per square feet. So basically, your entire investment that goes is we are buying at 250, and 12.5% of raise every year on year, that means 25% of raise over a couple of years, will take you to a number which is easily achievable, because Property Anthem, our other partner, who are the selling soul sellers or the selling agencies for Sonal Realty, and have been doing this from past 7 to 10 years. We believe that this particular number is very much achievable. To be very honest, there's no data as such, because WADA is such an area where collecting data, etc. You will have multiple numbers and multiple across the location. So this particular thing we have estimated on a very, very conservative basis. Sure. Post, I think Shashwat, there's someone called Siddharth. Siddharth, Vignesh would request you to, unmute Siddharth, please. To clarify one thing, we as a team are very confident about achieving this number, and hence we are promising, because obviously this is our first one and we are property managers, and I think until unless we're not successful, it will not be a great achievement from our side. So we understand that this number is very much achievable. Vignesh, can you unmute Siddharth, please? I think there's someone called Shraddha who has raised their hand. Can we have Shraddha also to ask her own question? Can you unmute Shraddha, please? So Vineet has asked a question on property location. The property location is at Wada, which is like 100 kilometers away from Bombay. Also, at the end of webinar, I would request all the participants in the poll section. There are a couple of questions, and I would request all the participants to to rate us based on the poll.
Siddharth, if you're available, you can possibly type your question.
Mohammed ji can talk now. Please unmute yourself and then you can ask the question. You'll be able to talk. Guys, the process is that you will have to raise your hand. We'll unmute you so that there is no chaos. and then you have to unmute yourself and then speak up so that we can take question one by one and then answer your questions. Thank you.
So, Mohammed, if you want, you can type your question as well.
So Suresh has a question. How will the SPV run? See, the SPV will have 50 number of equity shareholders, and obviously there will be debentures will be issued. There will be a dedicated debenture trusteeship which will be allocated. So everything and anything that needs to be done will be done by yeah. So I'll come back to the question again. How will the SPV run? So the SPV will have 50 number of shareholders, and me and Dinesh, who are shareholders and directors right now, will become the non directors, but basically only on the operational level. We'll manage this entire fund for you, and there is a debenture trusteeship that you will have. Anything and everything in terms of buying the land, selling the land, all the paperwork, etc., will be managed by debenture trusteeship. So that is how a normal SPV will work. So Suresh has one more question. He says, will there be any shareholders meeting? Yes, we will have it as per the company's requirement. We already have RMA as our tax consultant and the financial accounts consultants who will hold the shareholders meeting and on half yearly basis, so that it will become easier. Shmi Koradia says, I'm interested in how do you work. Yashvi, we have dedicatedly given 45 minutes to explain on the webinar on what is fractional, how do we work. Uh, for all the 50 attendees, it will be inconvenient if I started from scratch. So I would request you to get in touch with one of our executives so that it becomes easier for you also to understand and becomes easier for us also to explain you in depth on how do we work, what do we do, and what is the product about. Thank you. Ajay, I think you have some questions. We have unmuted you. You can ask your question now. Hey, if you can hear us, we have unmuted you. You can ask your question now.
Good afternoon. As far as my knowledge, the VADA is the approach of the VADA is quite difficult. One way is from Bhiwandi and the other one is from Gujarat Highway. So I personally think that the development of the land and the development of the area, it's look quite difficult for me.
Dinesh, can you answer to that particular question?
Sure. Thank you, Ajay, for your question. We have personally visited the site as well. It is very close to the Coca-Cola factory. In fact, the location is very well connected. If you see it from the highway, if you're traveling from Mumbai, it takes approximately an hour to reach there, an hour and a half to reach there approximately. And it is also cited as one of the locations which is going to be one of the key locations in DMIC. So this, with the development which is going to happen, plus how this actual location, so the Paramount Industrial Hub, the way that it has been planned, because it is the first planned industrial plotting which is being done in the location of Wada, and the first of its kind. So it is something which you will not find very easily. Now, considering that there are other legalities with Bhiwandi and other location, this location does give you a lot of other advantages with the government subsidies as well. So the location in itself is very well connected. The roads are connected to the actual industrial hub. If you want, we can share the actual details of how we get there, so that you also have an idea that it is pretty well connected that way.
Thanks a lot.
So Siddharth, I think you've raised a hand. We'll unmute you. You can unmute yourself and ask a question. Siddharth, if you can hear us, we've unmuted you. You can ask a question. To answer Yashvi's question, sorry, joined late. Okay, Yashvi, I understand you joined late. There's a recording of this entire webinar. We'll send you the recording, and obviously we'll send you all the material so that you can go to the webinar and the material. No, it's not about crowdfunding. It's about...
Sir, are you able to? Okay.
Go ahead. We can hear you. Go ahead.
Sir, actually, I'm a lawyer by profession from Indore. I do have certainly two questions with you. One is for the security, as the ticket size is 10 lakhs rupees on single side. Number first. So security, matlab payment security actually, in case if company is not able to deliver, number first. Number second, sir, as you have already mentioned about the ROI and these all things. So the interest that we will get, that will be pre on the advance basis or on the post basis.
So I'll come to your question one by one. Your first
Yes, sir.
question was that whether, as your lawyer profession, you want to understand how secured are you in terms of principal and
Exactly,
interest.
exactly. Ji.
Sorry, basically what we are doing, this is a hybrid model where we are issuing debentures and we are issuing 1% of equity also. So you become the owner of the company, and you also have debentures where this is secured by debentures. So basically debentures can only be issued if it is secure. Okay,
Mhm.
now the security is the asset itself in this particular company. So we'll buy the asset, and your money is only gone to the developer only after you are secured, basically. Please understand. So debenture works in a certain fashion where the asset is in the company, and then the issue of debentures are done. So that is how the security comes to you. Point number one. Point number two, the interest is post 6 months. So after every 6 months, so what will happen is the first step is to collect the EOI. So if you are interested, we'll collect 1 lakh rupees EOI from you. After all the EOIs get collected, and the fund amount is closed, let's say 50 investors are done, we get 5 crore rupees worth of interest from all these investors. The next step is to call the monies, put it in a separate escrow account where all these 50 monies will be put in the escrow account. 5 crores will be collected. We execute all the documents with all the debenture holders, shareholders, and with the developer. And all this will be done by the debenture trustee, who is there to assist you and who will be able to help you one by one. The debenture trustee is already been appointed in this particular case, and its name is Vardhaman Trusteeship, which is a Bombay-based entity, and they've done good amount of work. So they will guide you step by step, how the debentures are issued, how the security comes to you. So basically, you become the company owner, and debenture trusteeship acts on behalf of you, and we become the property manager. So if we see that, okay, after 2 years we've got this nice deal, etc., so then we'll be able to go ahead and take the decision and sell, etc. And after 2 years, otherwise there's a buyback guarantee that we are signing, a buyback agreement that we are signing with the developer. So the developer has agreed to buy back the particular plot at X price, which gives us a 19% IRR. So that way it is very much secure, and interest, as I said, is after every 6 months.
Okay, sir.
I hope I have been able to explain to your answer. If not, then we'll definitely have a chat one-to-one to take your question. Thank you.
Sure, sir. Fine. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. Sir.
Are there any more questions? Please feel free to raise your hands if there are any other questions, please. We'll give you 5 minutes to this Q&A session, and I would request everyone to go to the poll section of your particular webinar. You can rate whether we were being able to communicate on these polls to you effectively, and whether the webinar was worth your time or no, because it's been a Sunday, and we all understand that it is very difficult to be available. But would request you to give answer to 2 polls and rate, so that we can improve the method or the communication channel or the medium, etc. I think Ajay, you still raised your hand. Can we have a question from you? We have already enabled you to talk. If you can just unmute your mic, then we'll be able to. Okay, it's fair. I think Ajay has no question. Do we have any more Q&As? Thank you very much. I think there are no more questions as of now. I will now hand over my conversation to Vignesh, who is the host for this particular thing. Before I end, I would, I would want to, whenever you leave this site, it will take you to the Property Venture, proptech.in, our website. Please go to the entire website. It has all the information that you want. How does it work? Who are we? How does the particular fund work? What is how much will you have to invest, what will you get back, etc. And if you still have any more questions, then you can get in touch one-on-one with our executive representatives, which will be emailed to you, and you will have their numbers also on your email. So in case if there are any more questions, we can go ahead on one-on-one discussion, and we can do that. Vignesh, I'll take it. I'll send the question. I'll now hand it over the conversation to you. Sorry, 1 second, please. I think there are one more question by Yashvi Koradia. There are clauses as per debenture agreement for interest payout only if the obligation of the term loan or bank loans are met. So, Yashvi, to answer you, this is one SPV where we are not taking any loans, etc. We are only issuing your debentures to you. In the asset is already backed I mean, this company will only, that debenture is secured against the asset, and only this particular asset is there in this company. There is no loan, there is nothing else. You are the first charge holder of that particular asset, and interest will straight away come to you. There is no other loan, there is nothing else, there is no other asset. There is nothing else on this particular company apart from the debenture holder, the shareholder, this particular asset, and we as a property manager. There is nothing else in this company. It's a fresh SPV. I hope I've been able to communicate and answer your question, Yashvi. I think we have something on Shibam. Can't see any polls on the poll option since it is not launched yet. Okay, let me try and fix it up for you. Okay. Maybe there's a technical glitch on the poll side, but yeah, we'll try and assess. Yeah, I think the poll has started now. Probably you can go ahead and vote for the particular poll. Thank you. So over to you, Vignesh. Maybe you can give a closing to this particular webinar. Thanks.
Thank you, Yogeshwar. We would be sharing an expression of interest sheet to all the participants who have attended today's webinar. The interested participants are requested to share their name, contact details, and the investment amount which they would like to invest in this investment opportunity, and also provide their once the transfer is done, you requested to provide the RTGS and NEFT reference number. So we would be sharing the Excel file to all the participants over an email, as well as we would send a WhatsApp. You just have to fill in the amount, and the minimum investment amount, as we discussed, is 10 lakhs, and in multiples of 10 lakhs, whatever amount you wish to invest more. And please provide the RTGS and NEFT reference number and try to share the file by today end of day. I will be sharing my contact details in the chat box in case anyone has any queries. Given my contact details, 750-711-4271. The interested participants can share the Excel file, and if anyone has any queries, you can let me know. Thank you. So if there are no more questions and queries, so we would like to conclude this webinar. Thank you all for attending, taking out time this Sunday and to attend this webinar. Thank you all.
Vignesh, Manju would like you to repeat the phone number.
Okay. It's 750-711-4271. I have shared in the chat. Any queries, anyone? So, okay then. Thank you for attending this webinar. We will end the webinar now. Thanks.